All right, Jules, we're not done. We have more quick hits.
Yes.
Alexander Isak scores his first goal against top-flight opposition this season, and Liverpool win 2-0 at West Ham. Jules, we saw a different look from Arne Slot. Most importantly, one with no Mo Salah, but with an added Joe Gomez at right back. Problem solved?
Not yet. I think they need more of this. West Ham were terrible again and finished the game with 10 men. But from a Liverpool point of view, I think it was the right decision to bench Salah, who didn't even come on.
Slot did say it's just normal rotation. He's tired.
Which I don't really believe.
We'll find out.
And I really hope that this is the same team that obviously starts in midweek against Sunderland at Anfield, because I think they deserve to stay like that. I think they played well. For Isak to be the main guy, clearly was different. He scored a lovely goal, although he was not that involved. He completed 2 passes in the 65 minutes that he played. I think he touched the ball twice in the West Ham box, so it was not like a stellar performance from Isak.
It was not a good performance,
but he scored.
Other than the goal, but the way he took the goal, so calm for a guy who's like, oh, I've been sticking it up for 3 months. To remain calm.
Absolutely.
That's encouraging.
So I think that there was a lot of good things there. Even Sobozai on the right-hand side with Joe Gomez. That worked. So, and Mo Salah again is going to go to AFCON in a week or so. So I think I would want to see this team again on Wednesday.
Jogo at right back, not a solution though. Because there's no backup center back now.
Yeah, but you can always...
It's a Band-Aid.
Yeah, but it works for now, so keep it that way. Lucas Paqueta, as I said, was sent off in this game after picking up 2 yellows for dissent in the same incident. Gabi says that the Federation didn't give him enough support during his 2-year spot fixing ordeal.
Yeah, so, well, first of all, the Federation, if you're talking about the Football Association, they had lodged a case for match fixing against them. So obviously they're not, what support are they going to give them? Look, I think male mental health for athletes is a really serious and important issue. So I don't want to trivialize this. Certainly that behavior that we saw on the pitch is not what anybody expects to see and could suggest that there's an underlying issue.
Yeah.
The way he then took to social media afterwards, you're trivializing things yourself. First of all, it's not up to the Federation to give you support for your ordeal, right?
Yeah.
They were the plaintiffs against you. You were the defendant. Second of all, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you have an employer, West Ham. I know for a fact they have people that can help you in terms of therapy, in terms of mental health support. You're a member of a union. You play for Brazil. I know also the Brazilian national team have people who can help you.
Yeah.
These are your constituents. Or guess what? Or you can also go and get help yourself and pay for it yourself, because I know you can afford it. So to come out like this, trying to use it as some kind of excuse, while just saying I'm not perfect. Hey, you're not perfect. You made a mistake. Get help and move on. But don't go and trivialize this, and don't go and place blame because what those people went through. You can go and pursue them, and I think he is pursuing them for what they put you through.
Yeah.
And then move on. Yeah. But on this day, you let your team down. Phil Foden comes up huge with a late 3-pointer as Manchester City beat Leeds 3-2. Jules, if we think of Pep's teams as being all about control and discipline, they had none of it in the second half.
No, I mean...
It's terrible.
It was terrible. The changes that Daniel Farke made for Leeds worked out well, especially Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front that turned into Brazilian Ronaldo for those first 45 minutes.
And the shift to the back four too.
That was really good. They controlled Haaland really well through the whole game. He had only 1 shot. I think he had like 3 touches in the Leeds box. Nothing that he could do really. And Foden came a big late. I mean, they had 10 minutes of added time, which I thought was a little bit too many
time.
But it's nice from Foden. I think when so much attention and focus is on Haaland, and often 2 players, 3 players defending on him, that leaves obviously space, or should leave space for others like Foden, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, if I'm Pep, I'm absolutely furious. I'm furious with my players. I feel badly let down. I do an inquest of the second half. I said I gave you guys all the midweek off, so you be ready for this game, and you throw up this kind of stinker and it all falls apart. Guardiola especially, come on, you're supposed to be the best defender, the defensive leader. This is not Pep at all.
That's very true. And Gab, in this game, Leeds boss Daniel Farke accused City of faking injuries so that Pep could do some in-game coaching.
Okay, I hate this. He says like, it's within the rules, it's smart, but it shouldn't be like, it's not fair play, it's within the rules. I asked the 4th official about it. Stop whining, bro. Like, be happy with your second half performance. Do you really think Pep Pep coming on and speaking to his players, all of a sudden he has these magical powers to make them play better. Because I'll tell you what, sure as heck wasn't working in the second half.
Yeah.
To just move on, take the positives, and keep your job. Manchester United bounced back from Monday's defeat to Crystal Palace with a 2-1 road win. Jules, progress?
I mean, I think the progress was that they were finally better in second half than they were in the first half, which was the complete opposite through the season, where they've been one of the best teams in first halves and one of the worst in second halves. This time they were 1-0 down at halftime, and they came back into the second half, I think, taking advantage massively from the fact that Crystal Palace was pretty much the same 11 that played on Thursday night away at Strasbourg in a very intense game in Europe. Just had no gas left anymore after the break. But for United, it was a good response. I thought their pressing, especially in the second half, was impressive. Yeah. Some of the changes that Ruben Amorim made as well. And Zirkzee with a great goal. Mason Mount with a great goal. So even unlucky heroes.
He used his first goal in 364 days.
Yeah.
But you see what Ruben Amorim said? See, like, we were better in the second half because Zirkzee was better in the second half. What does that mean? I could understand the opposite. Zirkzee was better because we were better.
But
I don't
know.
Is Amorim
how much he
glitching?
pressed, or maybe he got involved. I thought Zirkzee was good in that game. Even in the first half, he did some really good linker play.
Things you may never hear again from Jules.
Oliver Glasner had strong words after the game about his team's fatigue, saying that he's been quiet until now. But if you qualify for your first ever European competition, then you should be investing, not saving money.
This is a classic case, right? So I slam Antonio Conte when he says stupid stuff like this, and I got to slam Oliver Glasner. Yeah, I'm not going to make a different excuse.
With you on this,
I'm not going to make a different excuse to you, right? You are the coach. You take the money from the team. This is your employer.
Yeah.
This is the decision your employer has made. Palace fans, Palace players, the media, they can all see what's going on. They can all see that Marc Guéhi was on his way out. They can all see Ebreze left. They can all see the money that was spent and reinvested, right? This is a club that gave you a job. This is a club that has owners who run it as a business. They're not running a charity. As long as they were straight with you in the summer, as long as they didn't say, oh yeah, don't worry, Oliver, we're going to sign this one and that one and do this and that. I think for the good of the team, you should be quiet about this. There's a reason. I'm sorry. I don't hear Arteta. I don't hear Pep come out and say, we should have done this and that. Why didn't they buy me this and that? Or we hear it very rarely, right?
Yeah, but this is maybe different because he feels like he's been a bit let down by the club in terms of not investing and deciding to save money. I think the big word here is saving. He's clearly saying that instead of investing some money that they have, they decided to save the money and keep it in the bank.
Keeping it in the bank. They've made losses over the years.
No, sure.
Like every other club,
they could have invested more money than just Jeremy Pino.
No, but I mean,
or JD Convo.
Invest for what? To go and lose more money next year?
No, because this is not going to be a good season, Gab. That's why.
I agree with you, but Glasner is a grown-up. Glasner understands that these people...
It must be frustrating for him. I can see that.
I can see it being hugely frustrating, but this is where it comes down to. I'm sorry if I'm giving you, not you specifically, the world news that people don't realize. This is not a fair fight. Crystal Palace will not grow to become Arsenal. Not in a million billion years.
True.
Not if Blitzer and Parrish and our friend John Textor, or Woody or whatever the other freak show is who they have in there, now go in and they spend a ton of money. This is not going to happen.
No.
So all you can demand is honesty and clarity. And I think that's what Glasner does. This to me smells a little bit like, let's turn the screw so they spend in January.
I don't know if it's that, but I would think that he probably told them in the summer, we have a thin squad to play in both competition.
Uh-oh. Another home game. Another defeat for Spurs, who fall to Fulham 2-1. Jules, do you have a better sense than I do of what Thomas Frank is trying to do?
No, absolutely not. Certainly with the ball. I mean, even defensively, they were shockingly bad in that first half, the start of the game where they concede 2 goals in the first 6 minutes, the second one being a massive Vicario mistake, and then Pedro Porro's mistake, and then it's a mountain to climb. Obviously,
the first one was deflected, to be fair.
Yeah, deflected. But still, it's difficult because you're behind, and then everybody knows you're not very good with the ball. You don't create enough. You don't do enough with the ball. There's no patterns of play. There's no real style attacking-wise for this team. So you struggle, and I don't even think they deserve more than just that loss. I don't think even a point would have been fair for them, because I think even if the second half, they obviously got a bit better, with some of the changes and a bit more energy, they were still not good enough. And well done to Fulham.
He changes this every single freaking game.
He's got no idea what to do.
Guys in, guys out. It's like they're all interchangeable. It doesn't matter, but they're not. They're actually very different. What Xavi Simons does, whether you like it or not, is very different from what Mohamed Kudus does.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre to me the way he's conducting this. It's too easy to say, oh, he thinks he's still at Brentford. At Brentford, you had the smartest guys in the room behind you.
Yeah.
And you also had players who maybe a little more humble, come from different backgrounds, maybe more willing to be in, to be out, to follow your instructions. Here, it just doesn't seem to be getting across to them.
Yeah. And more frank, Gab, he said that fans who booed Vicario after his mistake leading to Fulham's second goal aren't true fans. Is he right?
No, he's wrong. You can be... I would say it's not that they're not true fans. I think they're maybe not fans who necessarily understand football fully, because I'll say this, and yeah, I am just standing up for St. Vic. Okay, so there's a ball over the top. He comes to clear it at the edge of his box. Standard goalkeeping, you hoof it into the stands. Instead, he doesn't hoof it in the stands. He keeps running the ball, takes it in the corner because he wants to pass it out. His touch is bad. That's his second mistake. And so when he goes and he does pass it out, he passes it up the line straight to a teammate. And then a couple of passages of play later, or very soon thereafter, Harry Wilson, with one of those super low XG shots from the corner, curls it into the empty net because Vicario can't get back. Now, Vicario tries to keep the ball in play, not because he's a moron, but because obviously this is what he's told to do. This is not what he did.
It's a clearance. He's hoofing the ball.
What do you mean? He's hoofing the ball up the line.
Yeah, but he misses that. Because if he plays it long, it never comes back. He fluffs it.
No, but I'm saying, but the first decision to come out, I think is a tactical choice. Secondly, let's also be clear on this. This is not why Spurs lost. Like a bunch of other things happened.
Absolutely.
On that very same sequence as well, right? Because if he doesn't fall over while he's kicking the ball, he gets back into goal. I think he slipped actually on his way back into goal too. More importantly, Destiny Udogie is right there, and he slips while he's closing the ball down. And on top of that, Harry Wilson, I'm sorry, that's not, even with an empty net, it's still not a super straightforward finish from there.
Pedro Porro should have covered the line as well.
I think it shows you that, there's a guy making a mistake, but it's not, there's a reason why. He makes the mistake trying to do something positive, trying to maybe to G up the team in transition, maybe knowing that, I don't want to hoof it out, I don't want to give up a set piece because my team conceded 2 minutes before, whatever. But to say they're not true fans, I don't know what Thomas Frank expects. People to just go and never have a go at his players. People are entitled to their opinion, and people will have a go at your players. You're at Spurs now.
I think he's got issues with fans that are very different to the Brentford fans. And it's normal. They're a bigger club. They're bigger fans. They've got higher expectations than Brentford fans, and I think he's struggling with that.
Boubacar Kamara scores the only goal, and Aston Villa are up to third in the table. Jules, 7 wins in 8 for Unai Emery's Black Magic. I'm going to leave it to you. I don't understand it. Maybe the man's a genius. Manager of the year right now. Can we just crown him?
Well, after the bad start that they had, but we also said that they had a similar kind of bad patch of form last season and they recovered really well from it. This is not great football because this is not a great game, although it's a wonderful goal, one of the best goals of the weekends with the Wilson one, with the Tyler Adams one. But those goals keep being scored by different players. Watkins was benched today. It was Malen and Rogers up front. They hit the woodwork as well, and Wolves are really not good. But they find a way. They always find a way of winning.
The table. It's
incredible.
Madness.
It's incredible. While playing also, let's not forget, because we talked a lot about Palace being tired.
Oh, yeah. No, these guys don't get tired.
They play Thursday, Sunday, and they're still right up there. So well done to them.